In a bag of 100 M&Ms, 30 are brown, 20 are yellow, 20 are red, 10 are green, 10 orange, and 10 blue. What fraction of the M&Ms are brown or blue? So it's together brown and blue, right? We have 30 brown, so there's 30 out of 100 are the brown ones, and blue is 10. 10 out of 100 are the blue ones. Well, we already have a common denominator here of 100, so 30 plus 10 is 40 out of 100, and I can divide both by 10, right? They both end in 0. Give me 4 over 10, and I can again divide by 2, giving me 2 over 5. So 2/5 of the bag is brown or blue, and this is actually kind of a starting place for looking at probabilities. This is what you kind of the kind of fractions you'd look for in that case. Okay, if you ate 1/4 of a pizza, what fraction is left over? Well, the pizza is going to be one whole pizza, and you ate or you removed 1/4 from it. Well, 1 is the same thing as 1 over 1. I get common denominators by multiplying by 4. So we get 4 over 4 minus 1 over 4, which equals 3 over 4. And you don't really actually need to do this, right? You can think about the fact that if you remove a quarter of the pizza, then you have 3/4 left. But this is the mathematics that shows that as well. A construction project requires pieces of wood measuring these dimensions. How long of a plank of that wood do we need if we also allow for 1/2 inch of waste? So the 1/2 inch is going to be added on to all the rest of these, and that's going to give us a total length of a plank of wood, like a 2x4 or something. So all we really need to do is just add up these amounts. We have 2 3/8 inch plus 7 1/4 inch plus 9 11/16 of an inch plus the 1/2 inch of waste for like when you're actually cutting the wood pieces, right? You're going to have that saw width or the blade width is going to all be waste. Okay, to add these all up, I need to get common denominators. And what's interesting about this is that these denominators, 2, 16, 4, and 8, all of these can go into 16. 2 times 8 is 16, 16 times 1 is 16, 4 times 4 is 16, and 8 times 2 is 16. So I'm going to go ahead and get them all to be the same denominator. Multiply by 2, multiply by 4, by 1, but there's no reason to multiply by 1, and then multiply by 8. That's going to give me 2 6/16 plus 7 4/16 plus 9 11/16, still staying the same, and then plus 8/16. Now I can go left or right. I can just add the numbers up. I can change them to an improper fraction, but in this case, I think it's going to be, the numbers are small enough where I think it's going to be simple enough. And since there's multiple mixed numbers, let's just add them up like mixed numbers. 2 plus 7 plus 9 is going to be 11, and 7 is 18. 6 plus 4 is 10, plus 11 is 21, plus 8 is 29/16. So 18 plus 29/16 is the same thing as 1. And let's see, 13/16 is the remainder. Yes, 9 minus 6 is 3. 2 minus 1 is 1. So that means we have 19 13/16 inches of a plank. That's how long the plank needs to be able to get all our desired dimensions. Okay, how much of a 2-liter bottle is left after 1/8 of it's been poured out and then 2/7 has been poured out? So we're not going to start off with 2 because 2 isn't the initial amount, right? The initial amount is the whole, or 1. We have 1 bottle of water, and then 1/8 has been removed from this 1, so minus 1/8, and then we have 2/7 being removed from that. But don't get confused with this. We're always taking it off of the idea that it comes from a unit, a whole amount, And the whole amount, since we have 1 bottle of water, 1 is going to be the whole amount. Okay, I need to have common denominators here, so 1 over 1 multiplied by 8. Give me 8 over 8 minus 1 over 8. I could get common denominators here as well, but this is so quick to do. 8 minus 1 is 7 over 8. And now I need to get common denominators between the 7/8 and the 2/7. 8 is 2 times 2 times 2. 7 is just 7. There's no common factor there, so there's no way I'm going to have a different common denominator, a least common denominator, other than 8 times 7 and 7 times 8. 7 times 7 is 49. 8 times 7 is 56. 2 times 8 is 16. 7 times 8 is 56. 49 minus 16 is going to be 30 and 3, so 33 over 56. That's how much of the bottle, the 2-liter bottle of water, is left over. If there are 6 carrots in the bag, is it possible for you to eat 2/6 of it and then eat 5/6 of it later? Well, for this one, think about the unit fraction. 1 carrot, if there's 6 carrots in the bag, that means a single carrot is going to be 1/6 of the bag. So if we eat 2/6 of the bag, in other words, we eat 2 carrots, right? If 1/6 is 1 carrot, then 2/6 is going to be 1/6 plus 1/6, which is 2 carrots. And then we're going to eat, right? 5/6 is 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6, 5 times. It's going to be 5 carrots. Is this possible? Well, no, because 2 plus 5 is 7. And we only have 6 to start with. So no, this is not possible. Okay, suppose we're going to tile a quarter of a floor in 3 hours. How long would it take to tile the rest of the floor? Well, of course, how much remains is going to be 1 minus 1/4. We've already seen this. This is 3/4. And 1/4 of a tile is 3 hours. There's multiple ways you can think about that. 3/4 is the same thing as 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4. Well, but each fourth takes 3 hours. So there's 3/4 remaining, which means it's going to take us 3 times 3 hours, or 9 more hours. You can also think of this as like a diagram. If we're going to cut it into fourths, this takes 3 hours. That means this takes 3 hours, 3 hours, 3 hours. This one's already done. So what remains? Well, 9 hours remains for the rest of the tiling. Okay, and finally we have explain the mistake shown below. We have 2/3 plus 1/5 equals 3/8. Hopefully you can see that. All they did was they went straight across. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 plus 5 is 8. But that does not equal each other. You must have common denominators. Common denominator here is going to be 15. So multiply by 5 over 5. And 3 over 3 gives 10 over 15 plus 3 over 15, which is 13 over 15.